the delay shit.
Yeah, I know, but you're live. If it says live, you're live.
Okay. The YouTube's catching up to the Hangouts. Here it comes. Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to a pop-up show of the new, emboldened, positive Baguio Life Radio. You got me, the angry Rottweiler, and you got Expat TV, one half of Expat TV in the house. And
yes,
tonight my new topic is meet my new neighbor.
Yes,
one half of Expat TV.
Yes. So
we got 4 people watching, 5,
7.
Okay.
So it's going. But so here's the deal, guys. Before we get into the meat of the content, I help Eric out because he forgot a little bit. Let's preface this. And what we're doing in the future is we have a panel that we're developing now. So far on the panel, there's a friend of mine that's in the U.S. at the moment, but here in about a month or two, he'll be joining our panel. You guys remember Larry, expat prepper. He'll be joining our panel, and we're going to bring a couple other individuals. Hopefully even Gib will come on the panel, because what we're doing is more topic-driven, like how to be an expat, what types of expat lifestyles, some of those lifestyles in agriculture, prepping, some of the stuff that goes on around, everything. It's going to be
and
a dynamic conversation.
And actually, there's probably now, with you moving to Baguio soon, that the discussion's going to be about Baguio.
Yeah, a lot. So that, which is a good lead in. Why don't you go ahead and I'm going to go, hey, bro, I'm going to go get my vitamins. Why don't you give them a lead in to exactly what is going on?
I'll wait on you. Dick Insider just joined us. What's up, Dick Insider? Yes, there will be expat fashion tips, expat uniforms. Hey, BK, how's everything going in Europe? Sometime in the future, BK, within like 2019, 2020, I'd like to get with you and get some tips about Belgium. Stuff to do and see in Belgium.
Oh, from BK?
Yeah, because I've never been there, and the only information I'm getting is river cruises. So, actually, let me do something for BK. Because I'm short one person, so I'm going to give BK a wrench. Yeah, actually, it kind of happened by accident, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it did.
It kind of.
Let me get into the. Let me. There's some frustrations on the home front is what drove it, and it's not me. I'm not pissing off the better half. That's not what's going on. It's just we all understand that sometimes when you're living, especially in the Philippines, there's a golden rule, right? They say that
family.
Yeah, they say you should live at least 2 or 4 hours away from family, or one island away, is what they say.
Oh.
But things happen. I get along with them. Her papa and I are good close friends, and I like him a lot. But she's frustrated, so we started looking at options, and that's really where Eric kind of came in.
Not me. I can't take the credit, bro. I can't take the credit.
Oh, your wife.
Take the credit for that.
Yeah.
Give credit where credit's due. Wasn't me.
Okay, why don't you roll with it and explain it?
Okay. My wife hooked him up. She happily stumbled across mountaintop property that if you were in the States, you'd have $1 million view or plus millions of dollars.
Yeah, I gotta admit, it's sweet, guys. It's sweet. And it's about $3,500 a square meter. So It's a good price.
Yeah, which is like bottom basement price, because I found out today the lot that I was telling you about that was next door up, that was 9,000.
It was 9,000.
It just sold today for 10.
Oh, wow. 10,000 a square meter. Wow. Well, guys, and here's the thing with this. Look, there's not a good road going in there, and it's raw property and everything, but it gives me an opportunity. I'm on a contract for 2 years, right, at where I'm staying. So I have 2 years to do a build out. It's not going to take me 2 years, but I got 2 years. I do know that the significant other is planning somewhere around March, wanting to move to Baguio anyway. So even before
if she gets a wild hair up her ass beforehand,
yeah,
it's packed the shit and we're leaving.
So
keep them occupied for a second.
Yeah. So we're working on developing that plan. But let me tell you something, guys. This is a postage stamp. You know, we're talking 100 square meter lot, right? 350,000. I can put some down, pay it off, and then I'm going to do a very financial, fiscally responsible build there, where I'm able to get the house that we want, but you know, why it's on a mountaintop, so why get more than what you need on the to build the house? It's not like you're going to be able to plant gardens or, you know, grow crops or anything because it's on the side of a mountain. You'd have to terrace everything, and for that cost to benefit ratio, it becomes a little bit more excessive. You know what I mean? So, you know, we're just buying this lot. We're going to build this house. We're buying some property in Solano, building for the family, a home for the family. And, you know, that'll be a good established presence of, you know, benefiting everybody. You know what I mean? So I think it's a good thing. It is a very good thing. I got some friends that are moving over to the Philippines for a while. Him and his new wife, that some of you guys might remember, Haney, right? She is actually getting married soon, and the guy that she married is a friend of mine for the last I've known over 22 years, and he's a class act. Oh yeah, the guy's a commercial pilot, and he's a pilot instructor.
So he's got a titanium man card then.
The dude's a man, and he's very, very intelligent.
Yes.
Which I like being able to have somebody I can sit down and actually have a.
So BK said you need good concrete to build a good home. I already solved that problem for him.
Yeah, we're going to actually, hey, BK, what we're actually going to do is I'm going to buy, Eric gave me this idea. He does get the credit on this one. I'm buying the molds, and I'm going to have somebody build our block, right? So we're going to start with good concrete, and you can get good concrete. It just needs to be the right, mixed right, and they're going to build the block. So for like a couple months straight, that's all they're going to be doing is building block. And then pour the foundation, and then do it.
Dig septic and all that good crap.
Yeah. Septic. Put the septic in, and the only thing that I don't like out of the whole thing is I most likely am not going to be able to have a well. That's the only thing I don't like.
Well, you can dig one, but it'll be like 1,000 or 2,000 feet deep. But.
Exactly. I'm not sure that that's going to be cost effective. I don't know what it would cost to do something like that. You know, but you know what I could do is, even though I'm on city, I could do rain catchment cisterns as a backup.
Yeah, that's a good idea. BK agrees with you.
You know,
and so can I throw something out?
Mm-hmm.
He's going to overlook the strawberry farm and 3 different mountain ranges. And it's so much up in altitude that the lower the cloud level goes right below your house. That's how high up it is.
This place is so awesome. There's only 2 negatives on the whole idea. And one of those negatives is washout, and that's traffic because it's a washout. I lived in Cebu, and traffic didn't bother me there, and it's no worse in Baguio than it is in Cebu. So that's a wash. The other one is the cold, and I've been there during
you were up here during the frost, weren't you, too?
Yeah, during the frost. And it does with the wet kind of cold that's up there, it does kind of get into my back and it causes issues, but I have a plan for that. So I just don't think it's going to be the thing that's going to keep me from liking being there.
And you talking about the cold, Dick Insider asked about expat fashion tips. Yes, we're going to dress Gib in different expat uniforms, the different cargo shorts and the Crocs and the flip-flops, and he'll model for you.
Hey, man, you got to admit, dude, the guy has the expat style down.
He does.
He's a pretty snappy dresser, man.
The polo shirt. Oh, Ed's
cargo pants.
Yeah, hey, Ed, build a fireplace is right.
Well, Ed, that's actually, Ed, that's kind of what I was thinking is in the master bedroom where where I would be at most of the time is building a fireplace right there and doing it. The problem is wood. Yeah, because
go to the lumber yard.
Well, and Baguio, you can't
cut.
Yeah, you can't cut in Baguio. So I would actually have to get it down in Solano and bring it up.
Or you can go, or you can buy the 100 peso bent 4x4s at the lumber yard.
Yeah, but if you don't want to be, those 4x4s are treated.
No, they're not.
They're not. They're untreated 4x4s.
Yeah.
Oh, if they're raw, I'll do it. As long as they're not treated, I'll burn.
Dude, the woman loves my wife over at the lumber yard. It's where we get all our stuff at. No, I'm used to living in cold country. Okay, BK. Okay, BK. In elevation, the lowest point in Baguio is
Dick Insider. What? There's a problem with wood in your master bedroom?
I just talked to him a couple hours ago.
Yeah,
we were talking fishing. I got to send him a link to a fishing guy in Florida.
Okay, Dick Insider. My son turns 9 months in the 14th of this month, right, of August, and the Asawa's 4 months pregnant now. I don't think wood in the bedroom is an issue. I really don't think that's an issue.
But hey, we're gonna. It's actually gonna be fun, even though I'm not gonna be here 4 months out of the year. But there is a positive. Our Asawas get along.
Yeah. Well, it's just. I also think.
Plus, we're adding a third person after Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he'll only be here for 10 weeks to try it out. But yeah, all is good. All is good. But yeah, I mean, you're excited.
I'm excited because the Asawa's excited, and her being happy like this is a good thing because I like spoiling her, and I like it when she's happy.
And you made a lot of husband brownie points.
Hey, what's up, Philippines bound? How you doing, man?
Yep.
That's Jerry.
Oh yeah.
He donated 100 to Operation Backpack. I don't know.
Yes.
If he did that. Yes.
No, really cool. That's cool. Because it's growing. I got to remind me. The topic is Philippines bound. Johnny Warrior's moving to be my neighbor. Well, not really. He's going to be like 5 mountains away, but he's going to be my neighbor.
Yeah, we're just kind of what we're trying to do, Jerry, is we're trying to reestablish and relay what it is that the positive aspects of what we're trying to do in here, and some of this stuff. And I'm going to recap this real quick. We're going to start building a new panel. Expat Prepper will be on it, Larry. Gib will be on it on occasion. Yes. Hey, Jason, how you doing?
Hey, Jason, how are you doing? Jason's awesome.
And then you know, actually, we're going to try and get BK on here to talk about Belgium a little bit because we want to talk about other areas. And I don't actually, not yet. WAE, that you can't use the CBs in there.
You could probably do ham radio and get a good signal.
No. He's talking about non-THC cannabis.
Oh,
CBS. The CBS here in the States is a big thing. A lot of people are using it as a sleep aid. Some people are using it as pain blockers. And there's no THC, so it's totally legal, even in the states that don't allow marijuana, because it's technically a non-controlled drug. But, you know, because of the drug war and the perceptions of drugs in the Philippines, there's no way anytime soon. Oh, no, he did mean CB radios. Never mind.
Oh, no. CB radio. Okay. Go back to answering BK's. The lowest point in Baghdad City, altitude-wise, is 7.3. The highest point is, if you go back and watch Gibb, he did the Diplomat Hotel, didn't he? Yeah, he covered.
No,
Diplomat,
that was me.
Didn't he? Okay,
no, that was me.
That's 8,100 something.
Yeah, that was me that did the Diplomat, not him.
I took him there twice.
I know. I don't know that he put the video up though, but it was.
Yeah,
my mother-in-law saw me that did the Diplomat that one time.
Okay.
Hey, the thing with and CBD is what I thought he was talking about. That's what BK said. Well, but if they're legal, honestly, like in a situation where I'm living, putting a CB band, a citizen band radio up, and a hand radio would be a brilliant opportunity there, seeing that I'm on the peak of
you're on a spur. You're on a spur on a peak.
Yeah, but that would allow me to also relay, you know.
No, BK. Actually, there's a peak over here that's almost 10,000 feet, not far from Baguio. Mount Pulag. It's a day up trip and a day back if you want to. Yeah, they do have ham, but I've never seen the antennas around here. So, hey,
I know down in they do a lot of the attic antennas, bro. The external antennas is old technology.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of what they're doing is these coiled attic antennas, so they can hide the ham radio operation. Now they're lower grade. They're a lower grade. They don't have like the capacity to really do a lot of skipping or anything like that. But you know, for local or regional applications, it's really good to talk. If you're talking about wanting to skip transmissions during certain times so that you can go halfway around the globe, you need to have stronger antennas. Yeah. You know, higher antennas, directional antennas. But the attic antennas that they're using now is really, really good for like closer applications.
Hey,
we use it.
Hold on, Brown American Expat. We're not trying to do drama here. We're starting fresh. This is a combination of Baguio Life Radio, Baguio Life, merging with Expat TV. So that's it. That's why I have my moderators. And Ed, don't get trigger happy.
Yeah, but if they're gonna start the drama, let BK and Ed do what they do, so that it doesn't. Because look, guys, let's just shoot this out. Just don't the bickering in the chat, because that's where it starts, and that's where the narrative changes. You know, we're just here, we want you guys to help us direct where you want the conversation going for what the topic is for the night. But, you guys get distracted with all the drama and the BS, then everything, you know what I mean? So let's just stick to positive.
Okay. Ed, you keep your wrench. I'm just messing with Ed. Actually, we got to have Ed.
Ed needs a hug.
Ed needs a hug. Ed, you want a hug? Okay, Jason's on it.
Yeah, Jason. I think that's, you know what? I think that's good. Instead of booting him, just a timeout. So it just stops it.
Yeah.
You know?
Ed doesn't need a hug. Oh, hey, actually, we got to have Ed on sometime because he said when he was going to town, I want to find out how he turned out. I put him on to the exterior deco stone siding. He said he was going to check it out.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they make all. Can I finish? I was telling him about it because when you get up in age, you know, you don't want to do exterior house maintenance. Like in the States, we have vinyl siding. Well, they make a product over here. It's been the different styles have been expanding now for the last couple of years. I've been watching it, and they make corner pieces offset and everything, and you can actually waterproof the exterior of your house with.
He's saying she didn't do it. Well, here's the thing with that though, man, and this is just my opinion, right? I mean, I get, and some of that stuff looks really nice. It does. That like the brick and the stones, Fosse fronts and stuff like that. But honestly, with a good mason, that smooth coat that they put on, I like that so that you can paint the house. You know, so I mean, personally, if I was to do a siding, I'd only put the siding like 4 or 5 feet up around the baseline of the house, and the rest of it would be painted anyway. You know?
Hey, how's it going, Jay? Jay is in the house.
No, actually, Jay, you don't need aircon. You save money, man, because like the way I'm designing the house is the walls are going to be on 2 sides, and the front and the back are all going to be open windows. So if you think, you know, like when they build condos or compressed condos or a hotel where rooms, it'll be like one room in the back of the house, a Jack and Jill bathroom, and then another room, a hallway, and then the identical 2 rooms on the other side. And when you open up all the doors, you open up the doors in the Jack and Jill, you open the doors in both bedrooms, you get airflow through the whole entire house, keeping it cool. So you could be, you know, utilizing and maximizing the natural environment up there in order to keep it.
Yeah, exactly.
Eric, you've never had an air conditioner in your place, have you?
Nope. And the most expensive we roll is Christmas time with all the freaking Christmas lights. That's when our electric bill goes up. It's usually between $1,100 and $1,200 a month.
Now I gotta admit that's a lot higher than what I pay down in. I got an AC and I don't even pay that.
Well, I also you got to remember I got 5 people in the house, 2 televisions, 3 computers, the router. So, like I say, the only time mine goes up is over Christmas time with all the fucking lights. Oh, and by the way, another positive for you guys, if you come to Baguio in the next couple of years, if you've been to the Philippines before, SNR Membership House is now officially going to build in Baguio and open up.
Yeah, that's a good deal right there. What's the name of that other store you were looking at?
It's a mini Roustons.
So they got a mini Roustons, and you said that there's a good fish and chips place now associated with that?
In the same building. No, Dick Insider. Christmas started today because they already started playing the Christmas karaoke in the SM to hawk the fucking karaoke machines. So
it is like August or September that stuff starts. You know, in Talaboon it started like in August, right? And then wow.
I like Face Runner. 9 perfect cities in the world, and Baguio is one.
Yeah,
except for the traffic. But here's the thing about where you're going, which really impresses me. Once everything's developed in good, you can go out of your driveway, make a left, you'll be in Trinidad at the strawberry farm, or you make a right and go over top of the mountain and down, you're in Baguio.
Yeah, that's all I you heard it was burn months. Yeah, but I think commercially, you know how here in the States, Dick Insider, every year it seems like they start it like 2 or 3 days earlier than they did the year before. I think that they started doing it. In Talabun, it started in August.
Yeah, well, and up here it starts. The parades start in November. There's like 5 parades before Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's a really good one where they black out all the street lights and they do the lantern parade with the lanterns. Okay.
No, it's not very humid, Jason, because you get a constant mountain. You get constant mountain air.
It's 0.
Yeah.
It's been 0 for the past couple months, and it's rainy season right now.
And it's like it's even the hottest days that you're up there, it's like way tolerable compared.
And Jason, I can tell you this much: if I can give up the cigarettes, which I'm trying, this place is healthy living. The temperature in Fahrenheit, I can tell you the coolest. I compare it like 50 degrees Fahrenheit at night's cool. It'll drop down where up on the mountain where he's at, it gets colder. But like at my house, it drops into the 50s. Is the cold shorts all the time.
Yeah.
Wore shorts when you were here last time for Christmas. Everybody's bundled up and cold. And
yeah. I wear shorts all the time. It's just that the very first time I was there was in February, and it was darn right freaking like cold, especially at night. It was definitely Carhartt weather for me.
Yeah. Yeah, but most of the time I'm shorts in a polo shirt or shorts in a t-shirt, and as people put it, the expat uniform. Yeah, actually, BK, I'm working on that problem on my property. We're already discussing that one. He's talking about the fruits.
Yeah.
He and I are working out some logistical things, like with him doing vegetables, and I got place in the province that I'm going to do the dwarf grafted fruit trees eventually.
Well, the design of the house that we're building, guys, it's actually it's only going to be 1,000 square feet footprint, to give you kind of a concept, but it's going to be 3 stories. So in the bottom, there's going to be a carport or garage without a garage door, kitchen and dining room and living room downstairs. There's going to be 4 bedrooms on the second deck. On the third deck will be the master suite and study. And on the 4th, it'll be a flat roof. And half of that is going to be a greenhouse. The other half will be a sheltered outdoor like entertaining area or whatever, so you can maximize the view. So that's kind of how the layout of that house is going to be and what we're going to do. You know, we're going to try to utilize it as efficiently and effectively as possible to ensure that we can get the most out of it, because we don't want to buy land that we're not going to use. I don't want a yard. Okay. No, I don't. I have no desire to mow freaking grass or anything. If I can get enough property to have a small garden, flower garden for her downstairs, so it looks good, that's great. But other than that, it's just house, you know, in a front fence area. So, you know, that's what I'm going to do.
And you're in Baguio, so you really don't need to stay in the house all the time.
No, Jerry, it's not going to be a traditional. It's going to be a Western kitchen with Western bathrooms. It's going to be a flat roof with concrete roof, because it's going to have to support, you know, the fact that it's going to be a living area on the roof. So there's no tin roof or anything like that. The only tin roof will be the shade that goes over the entertainment area.
Yeah, and like the house I'm going to do in the province, but I got other wants here, so I'm only moving 40 minutes away, basically, eventually, after I get stuff taken care of back home. 600, we did 600 square meters at the time because the price was right. And now since we bought it, with the highway coming to Baguio, the property values have almost tripled or quadrupled. And I got in at 1,500 a square meter. So, yes, I know you represent. Hey, I want to ask Brown American Expat, would you like to come on sometime and talk to us about owning property?
Face Runner, I actually am thinking about using aquaponics, especially if I'm going to be able to have a cistern and use, because if you have cistern water, you got to purify it and have a purifying system anyway. Guys, you got to know that I am with my lifestyle and how I live, I am a prepper. That's just kind of how I think. That's how I am. Sorry. So I'm building this house as far off grid as I can get it responsibly for the family. So, the steel roof space that's going to be used to cover that patio will hold my solar. I'll have one generator, and then I'm going to have a wind turbine. I'll put my battery bank down at the bank. I don't need, I can't. The more cable you have between your solar panels and to your battery bank, the more wattage you need, because you lose a lot of power potential the longer you have your cable. So I'll probably have my battery bank just below within the master bedroom. I'll probably have a battery closet there, stuff like that. That's what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to try to build this long term, to be as off-grid as possible, so I'm not being subjected to brownouts and all the other things that go on in the area.
Yeah. Well, actually, brownouts are getting few and far between here.
Yeah, but the minute it rains or a major storm comes in,
no. Actually, hey, Brown American Expat, it's more. We want to talk more about agriculture. Sure.
Yeah.
So I don't really want to talk to Donna.
I don't know who that is.
Donna Johnson. I'll tell you later.
I'll
it's no hot mic moments, okay? No.
You had to bring it up, didn't you? Couldn't just let it alone.
I know. I can't. I had to. But yeah, we want to talk about agriculture sometime, and actually Expat Prepper would like to learn some more about agriculture in the Philippines.
Yeah, I wish he was on tonight. This morning. It would be nice to have him on the panel.
He was in Duma.
Yeah, I know. He said that he was on his way home.
Yeah.
Dick Insider, almost screwed that up, buddy. It's not there. I don't want to deal with anybody on that house. But what I am going to do is the property that I'm building on in Solano has enough room for 2 houses, and my in-laws will be living on that property, and then they'll be growing food on part of it. At a certain point, I'll build another house, and that will be a rental. I'm going to use it as a rental income source. I'm buying a van when I get back, right? And that particular van will stay in Solano, and I'll buy another vehicle up in Baguio, because the deal with vans in Solano, I don't know about anywhere else, guys. So I'll tell you this idea. I'll tell you this idea, but I don't have an answer for you outside of Solano. But transportation, dependable transportation in Solano is such an issue that a big moneymaker is for people to buy vans, and when they're not using them, they have a driver that'll drive, a van full of people. It's now going 10,000 pesos for a trip down to Manila.
It's getting bad.
So and transportation is becoming a big, huge issue there. So I figure I'm going to try and make a little bit of money, because, if it's out 2-3 times a week, that's a pretty good little side income coming in with the van that's just sitting there doing nothing, you know. And if I can pay the van off on itself, the mileage gets up there as long as he's taking care of it and it's getting the maintenance that it needs. Everything should be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's exciting. My wife's excited. My wife's looking forward to the Subic trip now. That's all
That'll
I'm
be
hearing.
fun.
Yes, fish tacos.
If you guys don't know, down in Subic, there's a Mexican restaurant. It's in the Freeport zone, and I think it's called something Luna. I can't remember the name of it. It's it's on the road that goes by as you're going into Subic, and I can't remember the name of the road, but it's the main road coming in where Ayala Mall is on the left, and you keep going.
Ed would probably know.
As it stops, the last block before it ends, where all the beachfront hotels are, on the left-hand side, right there, is this two-story Mexican restaurant. And this place, man, the fish tacos are just as good. And I'm not exaggerating, guys, just as good as Rubio's in Cali, in SoCo, or Southern Cal. Mm-hmm. So I'm telling you that it's definitely a place to go to and check out when I might have
to do a video on it.
That'd be a good idea. What we're planning on doing is going to Ocean Park.
Actually,
I was
before I forget, the people from my pizza joint here, the only brick oven pizza in Baguio that has imported ingredients, okay, wants me to come back and do like a 10-minute sit down with the owners.
Oh, that'd be good.
And post it for them.
Our trip
go ahead and talk Subic. I'll write this down.
Yeah, do. That's what we need to do, dude. Because when you do that, it deters if we sound like we're all over the place. You got to just write it down. But I also know you're as bad as I am, and you need to be able to focus. But you need to jot your stuff down. Our whole point of going to Subic, guys, is we're going to go to Ocean Park. Go to this is the first real outing that Warrior Junior is going on, so this is a big deal.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to swim with the sea lions.
I think I'm going to I don't know. I was going to do the diving thing, but I think I'm just going to hang out with the kid because Sawa wants to go do that dolphin swim.
Cool.
If they'll let her, because she's pregnant. I don't know if they're going to let her or not.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's actually, and the reason is I'm going to let my wife shop.
You know what? I'll do that because that's one of the things that I got to do, Dick Insiders. I got to go do I got to see an endocrinologist while I'm there. So I got to go do that.
And I got to sign up my FMP there just in case.
Hey, for a minute.
Yeah. But hey, guys, I'm back. We don't have a schedule worked out. Yeah, the mermaid experience, Jason. But hey, Jason, I'm telling you, when you get back to the Philippines, come up to Baguio now because I'm telling you, you're going to enjoy it. You'll be a lot healthier up here with the air quality. The only time I get sick from air quality is like if I'm in the car behind a jeepney or two jeepneys, or if I walk past the jeepney terminal. I'm only afraid to swim in the sea in the field. I don't want to swim with the sharks. Hey, about 4 months ago, down south around Cebu somewhere, a 15-foot great white did wash ashore. I don't know about that, Jason, the 1K for a pick thing, because ocean parks, if you look at their websites, it's like hot and cold. Like we're going during the off-peak season, so everything's reduced. Yeah, I know they don't allow you to take your own pick. They didn't let us do it at the one in Hong Kong. See, I've been to the one in Manila and I've been to the ocean park in Hong Kong. And they didn't let us take our own picks, but we didn't do anything in Manila. So it's an experience. Right now, I'm let me pull that website up. I can quote you right now the admission prices and everything.
Yeah.
Jason's talking about the picks and Ocean Park Subic. Hold on, I'm pulling up the ticket prices because I was telling him we're in the off season.
Yeah,
it's not peak season, so
that's why I think we might be able to get the resorts that are real, right next door.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be able to get those fairly cheap. I know that's probably where we're going to stay. I'm not 100% sure, but I do believe that's where we're going to end up staying.
Hold on, I'm going.
Hey, shoot Expat Prepper a link. He's on.
It's there. It's in his Facebook.
Hey, Expat Prepper, come on, please.
Larry, we sent you the link. Check your Facebook.
All right. Yeah,
hold on.
You'll get it.
Hold on. Okay, everything's discounted right now because it's off season.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, dude, I think this is going to be a good opportunity. We need to get you over to RAO. I still think you need to register at the RAO because I think you're going to benefit from the FPO.
Yeah, well, I don't know yet. I got to figure that out yet. So, but it might work out good because my wife's eligible.
Yeah, she is. She's eligible to receive and pick up mail there.
Actually, I might have to do a video with that. Maybe we need to lock Jack down for the future to sit and talk about the RAO.
Yeah, let me contact him because I gotta give him a couple days advance notice on that because the dude is like so freaking busy.
Okay.
I mean, the last 2 times that I went in there, 3 times, 2 times he wasn't even there. The one time I went in there to thank him for the stuff that he was doing with Bay Point, and I got literally like 5 minutes of time, and he did that out of respect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the dude is busy, and but he's got a really good crew. He's got a really good crew.
Gutterman is here. Oh, gotta block somebody already. Somebody deal with him. Jason, block him.
Hey guys, am I getting any feedback? I'm not running headsets. Do I need to put them on? Any echo?
No, you're good, man.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I've been wanting to come on, but I just got my net back up. The internet was out. So yeah, what's the topic, guys?
Meet my new neighbor, Larry.
Oh,
well, like 5 or 6 mountains away, but we'll be in the same city.
We were kind of talking about the plan as far as, I'll probably most likely have the property start the paperwork and everything done at the beginning of September, right? And making and finishing the payments out on it. And then I'll probably start a build. I don't know. I got to get through November before I do anything. So it may not be till the beginning of the year.
You found some land?
I'm in the process of purchasing land. Yes, not me, obviously not me, but you know what I mean.
Great.
Yeah,
Tell me about your land. Tell me about it. I mean, you don't have to give the location away, but tell the general description of it.
It's a spur on a mountaintop area. That's my footprint as of right now will be 100 square meters. I may buy a little bit more, and I'm not the one that'll make that decision. It's $3,500 a square meter is what the price is,
which is bottom basement for the city.
You're not in about the beginning of next year. You're not going to be able to find property for that price. I guarantee it because of what's going in that area. And so what I'm basically doing, and hear me out, because it's mountainside, I don't think it's worth buying anything other than what we need, because I'm not going to be growing anything. I'm not going to be cultivating anything. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a 3-story with a flat roof. On the roof, I'll have a greenhouse on one side and then a barbecue patio and a smoker that I'm going to put up there on that other side. I am going solar wind I'll have a backup generator. I can't dig a well, so I'll do rain catchment cistern, and gonna make it a simple but U.S. style or a Western style kitchen, Western style bathrooms.
So, you said a flat roof? Are you thinking about putting a grass roof up there?
No. It'll be, what I'll do is I'll do a concrete roof. It's going to be structured just like you would for a 4th level, but I'm just going to put a draining system in there, right? So when it rains, it'll immediately move. So no standing water, because that's going to deteriorate the concrete. I'll seal the concrete, but if the water keeps standing on there, it breaks that concrete down. So I need to make sure that I have a good runoff system that'll go into that catchment system. But half of it is going to be a greenhouse. Half that roof will be a greenhouse with raised beds and aquaponics is what I'll do in there.
Cool. A couple of things that you might know this, you might not, because I don't know if you built anything over here. You got to be careful when you get your sand, Johnny. If they give you beach sand, you have to wash it real good, because that salt in it will rot your rebars and your cement will start cracking. So if you can, get your sand from a river rather than beach sand. If you have to get beach sand, wash the shit out of it.
Yeah, that makes sense, man. A lot of what they do as far as gravel and sand there, though, is they have a lot of mining operations there. And right below the mining operations are the quarries for the sand, gravel, and the river rock. So it comes right out of the mountain rivers.
Cool.
Yeah, they don't, as close as they are to the ocean, you would think that they would, because it's more readily available. But I think because it's so easy for them to use, right? They ran with that. I mean, they're using the whole. They're using the whole river rock, the whole river thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
That's what I want to do.
Better.
That's what I want to do for my perimeter walls, is a block wall inside, then finish it off with river rock.
Oh, that'd be nice.
On the outside when I build down in the province. But we're stuck right now. I have no streets. So it's no use in doing anything. So
I was I'm looking at different wall designs or fence designs. What I kind of like, you guys see these, it's like a half wall, with the hollow block, and then they take metal and they, metal strips, and they bend it on a 45, and then they weld it, to a crossbar. You seen them kind of fences?
Yeah, I saw one down where we have our property where it was like 6 foot of hollow block. Then they put they made like track for 2x6s. They did like a wooden horse fence, like 3 feet up, like 3 boards up to the top.
Oh, okay.
And they made the gate like that too. The gate was still secure, but you could still see through your car gate.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
yeah, they got some talented people, man. I've seen them, make regular chain link fences, out of hand, by hand, and they look good. If you get somebody that knows what they're doing. Yep.
Well, I think, the house that I'm living at now has a good solid fence. It's a steel double gate. It's got a 10 to 12 foot wall around it, right? Okay. And I say 10 to 12 because there's a 2 foot relief on the front end of it, and it's 12 on the other 3 sides. And I like that, but what I think I'd rather do is have like a 5 foot wall, and then the remainder of it, that security bar, so you can see over the wall and see what's going on around you. I just don't like the surprise.
How far are you from the power line, Johnny?
Until I get up there and do that assessment, I don't know, but I have been told by Baguio Life that I probably will have to purchase a pole.
Yeah, I bought my own transformer. It's 10 kilowatt, and shit, I'm trying to think what it was almost $1,000, man.
Yeah.
Now, I could have stayed on, you know, what they had like about 12 houses on one of those, you know, and it seemed like if I turned on my blow dryer, made the lights dim, so,
Yeah.
you know, I ended up getting my own, and now it's working good. So that's kind of an issue, you know. Some of those things you gotta think about, you know, your power and everything.
Well, I can tell you, hey Larry, up here, we're there. Actually, it's coming down now with the maintenance brownouts. The only time they're really having maintenance brownouts now are to move poles for the road widenings.
Oh, okay.
And Beneco, we just had a brownout about a week ago. A transformer blew. Okay, and they had it fixed within 45 minutes, and they post on Facebook now. They got a hotline set up. You call the hotline, and the problem gets posted on Facebook, the time it started and the time they finished. And the last time we blew a transformer, 45 minutes during a storm.
Oh, wow.
So we're having a pretty good rainy season this year with only one brownout due to the rainy season.
That is good, man.
But the problem is they're fixing the infrastructure roads up here, trying to widen them some and getting some more jeepney terminals built. So they got to move the poles out of the road. I mean, I've watched them move one set of poles 4 times the last 10 years to make the road wider.
I think what I'm going to do, though, expat prepper, is I'm doing my lighting systems to do some relief. Now, remember, I'm trying to move this off grid as much as possible. So even though I'll be grid tied, like all my lighting systems are going to be a 12-volt lighting system. Because the way they have the technology that they have now in this LED lighting, there should be no reason why I shouldn't be able to have all my lights on 12 volt. So
yeah, that's true.
And then I'm gonna move as much as I can. I'm already on the line for a really good inverter for the solar system. I just got to make sure that I can't purchase that inverter yet. I got to make sure that I can get the AGM batteries easy there in the Philippines. I used to have a source for golf cart batteries out of Cebu. So right. I'm going to double check it and see if it's still there and I can get the amount that I need. If that is the case, or that I can get it closer. Because remember, what's the name of that company that makes the a little electric trike that everybody's driving around? Raskow.
Yeah,
Raskow. See, we got a Raskow dealer in Solano, and he told me he could get me batteries.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes. So
that's your biggest expense, Johnny.
Yeah.
Solar is the batteries, yeah.
Well, you have 2 options on those batteries. You can do a refurbished battery, or you can get a new. And I'm actually thinking for the first go around, I'm just going to buy a new batteries for my bank. You know
okay,
what I mean?
hey, let me address Jason. Jason, we got a year-round population of about 600,000, but when Flower Festival comes, we boom to like 5 million for a month.
Now, Johnny, you know you're only supposed to make them batteries last. I don't know how much you know about solar, but to make them batteries, the life cycle last, it's best only to use like the top 30%. Don't let them get on that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what, and a lot of the trickle management systems, the charging management systems now have auto shutoffs, especially if you're grid tied, that once it hits the 70% level, they'll shut the system down and move you over to electric, right? Now, remember, if you're on a 12-volt lighting system, those lights don't even take an amp. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't take anything. So it could actually shut the system down and go into trickle feed, and still your lights are going to use. But your major components will shift over into the grid, or if you're using a generator, onto a generator. So that's the important thing, is to balance the plan of usage to make sure that your battery bank will get, will not hit below 70% and have enough buffer time to allow the system to recharge during daylight hours and not, go below 70 during nighttime hours. Plus, up there, you do got to worry about cloud. That's why I'm going to do a backup wind turbine on the system.
Hey, Larry.
Yeah, those really cut down the price. Yeah, go.
Hey.
Yep.
Hey, Larry. I spent 2 hours up there waiting for a rainstorm and shit to fucking stop to get him his fucking pictures. And I watched the clouds go right underneath where his lot is.
Hey, hold on. Let me address this real quick. Gunnerman, on the Balac Bion boxes, you can't put hazardous materials in there, and those batteries are actually classified hazardous. And you need to understand, like AGM batteries, when they're staying in a non-ventilated container, they blow off hydrogen. So you can actually have an explosive situation with a static charge blowing that hydrogen in a closet, and it's pretty dangerous. When they ship batteries overseas, right, there's a special container that they use that has a type of ventilation. Like when you build your battery closet, you've got to have ventilation and an extraction fan out of the closet, bringing in, negative, not positive, but negative flow.
And you know what? And I can remember,
Johnny, that you mentioned that exhaust fan for a battery box. I read about a case where somebody actually blew their box up from the brushes on the exhaust fan motor. So if you do go with a battery box, make sure you're using a brushless motor. Because like Johnny's saying, you have hydrogen in there, and anything can set that shit off if the mixture's right.
You know what? I can remember now because we had to leave all of our batteries behind in Iraq.
Yeah, you can't put them in a lithium ion or rechargeable batteries. You can't put in a container. Yeah. Because especially with the heat, they're gonna degrade faster, and it's that degradation process that starts the hydrogen gas off.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I was thinking about trying to set them in Balac Bion boxes, and I played with the idea, in my head, and then I said, nah, I better not. I was thinking all different ways, pack them in baking soda. It's just not worth it, man.
With that company, look, and I looked it up. In some cases, the battery's a little bit cheaper buying it local in the Philippines, but it's a wash. And then if you're talking about shipping costs and everything else, obviously it's more expensive in the U.S. And there's really not much of a difference in the quality of the battery because it's the same overseas companies that are making these AGM batteries. Yeah. There's only a couple U.S. companies that are still making those batteries. A lot of the batteries that are being used in solar system, especially the ones with what's the name? Rycoll, the Rycoll systems, the 250 watt Slade solar panels that are so popular on off-grid homes here in the U.S. Those are Chinese.
No, if you go with a higher voltage, you can run thinner cables, right? Thinner battery cables.
Yeah, but your distance has a lot to do with that too. If you have a long distance between your solar panel and your battery, you still need a thick cable.
Yeah, but
so no matter what, I just think it's just the bigger the faucet, the better. So from the get-go, overdoing it is the best when it comes to laying that cable between the solar panels to your batteries.
Oh, definitely. Well, Johnny, these new systems, they're putting the charge controllers right out there with the panels, for cost-wise to lower the cost.
Guys, they're talking in the chat, which brings up a good point. Face Runner was talking about Bud Brown and electric trikes. He had problems. But you got to remember, guys, also, they're going to have the batteries here soon because the Jeepneys are mandated to go to battery.
Yeah, that's true too. You're gonna have another company in the Jeep means. Rascal's the one that makes the electric. One of the ones that makes the electric trike. And like I told you, that guy said he has no problem. He can buy. He can get me a good source of AGM batteries for a project that I am. And I told him, look, man, I may need as many as 24 batteries. He says, you gotta give me a little bit of time, but I can do it.
I've even seen these little towns. You know, they call them putt-putts. You know, the things they pedal. You know, it's like a little taxi thing they pedal. Now they're battery powered.
Yeah.
In a lot of towns. Yep. So yeah, there should be no problem, you know, finding batteries in the Philippines. Now, I haven't researched it, but you would think that it wouldn't be a problem. You know,
yeah. No, I think. You know, and there's a couple reasons why I'm doing it. Number one, I just think it's a good, cost-effective way. But you know, we talk about, and Larry, you and I, and actually Eric, the three of us have all talked about how a lot of expats come here and we just consume, right? Now I have an opportunity to build an imprint that's not consuming, but rather improving and not adding to the carbon imprint and some of the issues that are going on in air quality. You know,
yeah, we don't need bad air up here. I think we've got some of the cleanest air up here in the Philippines.
I know. So why contribute to any issue? And especially if I want a fireplace, man, I'm going to need to do something to give a little.
And Jason was asking about air quality up here, and he said he had a asthma attack when he was in Cebu. I told him, I said, I doubt he would have one up here.
No, I think you're right. I think I've been talking to him offline on it, but back when him and I were hanging out, he was having issues with the air quality there too. You know what I mean? I
told him the only time I can feel like, you know, the sickness is in Baguio if I'm sitting behind a jeepney in traffic.
Do you guys in Baguio there? It happens to me here because I'm in the mountain. When the pressure changes, you know, like a low pressure or high pressure, when there's a fluctuation, I get a sinus headache.
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't?
Nope. But I can tell you this.
Well, and here's the reason, though, Baguio. Where you're living at is you're still in a tropical environment, right? And so your allergies are kicking in. Baguio. I don't even know how they do this because even during the pine tree pollination period, my allergies don't get that bad, right?
And Larry, okay, can I say
hold on, let me finish.
No.
All right. So it's not all about the altitude. If you're not having an allergy attack or you don't have any sinus buildup, those barometric pressure changes aren't going to affect you as much. And I think the air quality helps prevent that as well because, you know, you got good air quality, low pollination count, you know, and a lot of those kickers that I know when I'm in it doesn't matter if I'm in the mountains in Bohol or in Cebu or I'm down in the valleys. Due to the tropical vegetation there, my allergies in some parts of the year get freaking wicked, dude. Wicked.
And
you know what I'm saying? Okay, go ahead.
Okay. When you travel from the last bus station, the last bus stop, which is Sison, Pangasinan, 90 an hour 15 from Baguio. From there till the time you reach Baguio, you travel up through 7 different microclimates, microzones.
Oh, wow.
7 different, whatever you call it, habitat zones. And you finally reach it. You ever seen a ponderosa pine?
Yes.
That's what Baguio looks like.
Yeah, I've seen pictures. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
You guys even grow strawberries up there, don't you?
Yeah. He's gonna be looking at the strawberry farm. He can get a spotting scope on the roof of his house and monitor the harvest.
You know, getting back to these sinus headaches, what I told my wife what I'm planning on doing, I'm going to build a sauna, like a Swedish sauna, onto my CR here. I've been making some drawings, and you guys
if you did the Swedish sauna, and when you're, you know, how you're doing it with the rock, the hot rock, when you put the water on, if you put not dried but fresh cut rosemary, on top of that rock, and you add the water, that rosemary, the essential oils of that rosemary will become atomized in that steam. It'll actually help with your sinuses.
Can I address Jason real quick so I don't have to type because I hate typing? Jason, he's asking about videos of Baguio. Gib, okay? Gib hit the tourist spots, okay? What I'm starting is I'm going to start doing lifestyle videos of the area. You're not going to see the lion anymore. You're not going to see the Headhunter Museum. You're not going to be seeing Burnham Park. We're going to dive into lifestyle, the open market, the vegetable buying, where buy the strawberries.
That would be good.
I know when Johnny comes, we got the native food restaurant on the books, the Igorot, where it's all the native livestock because butchered and served up in the restaurant.
Hey, what's up, Graham?
What's up, Graham? And actually, it was Graham that gave me the idea because he's how can you put
Graham.
This test bedding retirement in Baguio. So I'm going to put out some lifestyle videos. I'm going to hit the night market because, guys, if you're married to a Filipino, it doesn't matter. They love ukais and wag.
Yeah, and that night market that they've got in Baguio is freaking incredible.
They close a whole street down for like 6 blocks.
Yeah, and it's just a sea of
everything.
Yeah, and very, very cheap priced.
Yeah. And some of it's actually brand new with the labels and the price tag still on it.
I'm having a blast. I brought a Vitamix over in one of my Vion boxes. You guys know what a Vitamix is, right?
Yeah. I got one that I can't use because I keep blowing the fucking inverter. It actually blew the inverter up.
Well, how big of an inverter are you running?
Because it's how many? Isn't it like 18 amps or something like that? Is what Vitamax?
If it's one of the later ones, it's like 1700 amps.
Oh, that's it. So I bought an 1800 amp.
Watts, I mean.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Watts,
yeah.
Right. And I bought the 1800 and it blew the fucking thing up. Made the fucking, it blew made the blender hot and then blew the freaking inverter up.
Wow.
Well, just get a bigger step-down transformer.
What I'm going to do is what I'm doing is next week I'm buying a inverter, an actual 7 kilowatt inverter, or no, a 7,500 watt inverter, and I'm gonna put a 250 watt panel up on my back end and double up a pair of car batteries in the backyard. Run the inverter on the inside, and that's what I'm gonna run it on until I get up to Baguio. Because that's the only way I'm going to do it, man.
I'll tell you what, Johnny, you can have a blast with that Vitamix. With all this fruit here in the Philippines, man, my wife makes some killer smoothies. Yep.
I just set a box over to the Asawa that has all the super antiox mix, the flax seeds, chia seeds, all that stuff. I just set a box over there with all that crap in it.
I just want my shake and bake.
Yeah, that's right.
I just remember.
How many boxes did you say?
6.
6 boxes.
Hey, Larry, I'm gonna relay the story. This is Johnny was kind of involved. I was going to the Manila VA, right? So I said, I always ask them, do you guys need anything? Because I know they come over. Gibb said, I need, what was it? Grey Poupon Dijon mustard. I said, okay, I'm going to SNR. I walked in to get like 3 things, some tuna packed in water, albacore packed in water for me, the Grey Poupon. I ended up walking out with a $15K credit card bill.
Holy cow. I've been hearing about this SNR place. I'm going to have to check it out next time over.
And actually, I thinking about it. What I did today was I had to go grocery shopping. So what I did was I popped up to the if you go to an S&M, you see their SM appliances stores. S&R carries the same brand for 5,000 to 10,000 cheaper, depending on what appliances you're buying.
Wow. Are they online? Do they have a website?
Yeah, it's for you and the wife. The membership's 1,100 pesos a year. It's 700 for the first card and 400 for the second. And you can.
I'm gonna take a look.
And you can print. I think they got one. How close are you to Cebu? I think there might be one in Duma.
No, there's not. There's not an S&R in Duma that I know of.
No, we have a hypermart over here.
He'd have to go to. He would, but he's got both S&R and Landry's in or Landers or whatever it is. It was actually Jason that hooked me up with Landers. I started going to Landers because of Jason. Because it's awesome. I love it there.
Yeah, I've only seen the one Landers. I've only seen the one Landers, and that was on the bus leaving Manila out in Quezon City. So,
yeah, actually, Chicken Choker, that's exactly what I'm doing as a pure Synwave.
I know.
That's the only way to go because it puts so low. If you don't have a pure Synwave, you're putting the potential wear and tear on the devices that you put on there, especially if you're going to use a particular device on an inverter consistently. It reduces the life of the device that you're putting on there. So the pure Syn is more equal, evened out, consistent, and it doesn't just like what's coming out of the electric socket. It doesn't produce.
Okay, here's one for you and Jason. I just remember what I was going to tell you. Add this to your plus list for living in Baguio, the microbrewery.
I have a microbrewery in Solano, bro. My backyard, because I brew my own.
Oh. Well, that and you have the actual real milk dairy. You can get real milk and real yogurt.
But now that we're talking about that, that weather up there is going to allow me to be able to brew almost year round, except when it gets too cold.
Where are you going to get your supplies from?
Man, it's not actually that difficult to get supply. Now, the problem is the yeast. In the U.S., they have certain, for like Belgians and stuff like that, they got certain yeast strains. You can use regular yeast to beer brew, but you need to make sure that it's more like a Hefeweizen or something strong and hoppy that's going to mask that kind of yeasty taste on the back end.
You know what, though? Could you make a Malunggay? I'm hooked on Malunggay. I'm sorry.
Let me ask you something, Johnny. I only brewed. I made beer one time, so don't laugh at my question. But you said yeast is a problem. Can you how they make sourdough bread? They make a starter, and then they keep feeding it.
Yeah.
So the yeast. Did you do that with beer?
No, and you cannot use ambient yeast. That's what they're doing with like sourdough, or let's say like do you know what is it called? Kabuka is?
No.
Okay, there's a tea that's fermented, and they'll use something called a mother. Well, the yeast that's in there is ambient yeast. It's the yeast that's in the air. Okay. Well, when you do that with beer, you get this taste of feet in your beer. So you have to use, laboratory.
Cover it up.
Well, that's why we use regular. I mean, you can use bread yeast, man. You can use bread yeast. It just gets yeasty. If you use, and when you do that, when you make your beer, that's the reason why you sterilize everything, because you don't want external bacteria and you don't want external yeast influencing the flavors of your beer. You want to know exactly what's going on. So everything is sterilized. And then when you, like for instance, when you are fermenting, your fermenting plug has a backflow preventer on it that has water, so it allows bubbles to escape. Air can't come into the container. that way you're controlling your environment.
Oh yeah, here's another plus, Johnny, for Baguio, the Red Lion.
Yeah.
And the awesome Mexican place in the City Lights Hotel.
City Lights Hotel, the Mexican. Oh yeah, that one.
City Center Hotel. The one on
Mexican place.
What sells the good dynamite and the chili fries.
That's just a cafe, bro. That's not a Mexican restaurant. That's just that guy, man. His shit's good.
You know what I did? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
As far as Bollock buying boxes, Johnny, I sent 17 boxes this last time.
Wow.
And before I left, I was working on them for months, you know, packing them up. And before I left, I went to a LDS cannery, the Mormon cannery. And you could see the Mormons, they believe everybody should have a stockpile of food.
Yeah,
and
6 months.
You can make an appointment with them and buy food from them, dry goods, pinto beans, chocolate milk, dry milk, pancake mix. I went there and I bought, like $700 worth of shit. I put that in a Bollock buying box and sent that over. And we have a Mexican community, you know, in the metropolitan Detroit area. I went there and got 3 50-pound sacks of pinto beans and shipped those. We're still eating on that, you know.
Yeah. In this last buy-on box, I got the big pinto bean packs because I miss my pinto beans, dude, like chili and everything like that.
Oh, yeah.
And I try to make sure that I'm throwing dried beans as much as possible in these buy-on boxes because I don't, you know, the Anasazi beans, the red and white ones.
Mm-hmm.
I really like those, man. They used to call them something painted pony beans or something like that. Now all of a sudden they got expensive because somebody put the name Anasazi associated with it.
And I can tell you guys another region. I'm watching the chat. This area in the Cordillera, like the Cordillera, the Sierra Madres, over towards the coastal side of the Cordilleras, north of San Fernando, is slowly becoming Philippine wine country, the Napa Valley of the Philippines.
Which I actually believe, man, which is surprised that it hasn't been earlier, because those low-lying mountainsides against the coast stay warm and more arid. The problem with wines is that you can't have too much water on them, on the grapes. You got to have a dry season. That's why, like Temecula, it's actually better than Napa in my book. But Temecula wine country is so good because it's right behind the mountain range on the coast that runs along there just north of San Diego. And it takes a big storm to move up and over. Otherwise, it goes around the mountain. So you got a swath of that land that stays semi-arid. So it gets rain at key growth seasons, and then it stays dry while the grape is developing. That increases the sugar. More sugar, right, that you don't have to add to the juice means higher alcohol content, more body, more tannins, you know, and a better overall floral and experience of the wine. But hey, Graham, I'm taking you up, man. I make the beer. Sure, you could drink half of it anytime, man.
Doesn't he have to fight Gib for that?
Nah.
Well, that's
Gib will be fine.
Gib will be 6 hours away.
Yeah. I'm sure at some point he's going to end up in Baguio, though. When he graduates school, I guarantee
it's going to be outpriced by the time he gets here.
He'll be a multi-millionaire.
I bet you're all excited, man. Have you made some drawings, like what you want to build and?
Oh yeah, dude.
Planned out, Johnny?
I got it sketched. I'm going to go to an architect when I get back and get the plans.
Hey, Larry, I sent him the pictures. He said he got hard.
Yeah.
But it's not. I mean, it's a great layout. I mean, he can go one way on the Bayabas Road. He'll be right there at the strawberry farm. You go the other way. You go over the top of the mountain. You're in downtown Baguio.
That's pretty cool. You get a cell signal up there?
Yeah, I had a hard time, but if it's what's nice about it is that property backs up to a big developer
Okay.
that's putting a subdivision in. So eventually, fiber's either going to come up from Trinidad or come up from Piñon. My bet it's going to come up from Trinidad because it's closer.
You know what I just found out? These new cell phones from the U.S., they got something in them. I didn't find it out. My wife did, because we couldn't get a cell signal where I'm at with Globe or with Smart, because, you know, the mountains block the signal. But I have a tower. I got Wi-Fi. So anyways, her sister came. She has, for my father-in-law's funeral, she came from the States. She brought her phone. She has Boost. You guys ever hear of Boost?
Yeah.
Anyways, she's using her phone, and I'm like, how the hell are you getting a signal? You know, my wife's sister. And there's something in these new phones where if there's a Wi-Fi connection, it'll ride the signal, you know, on the Wi-Fi, and then they can get cell service. So I tried it with mine because I brought my phone from the States. I have Metro PCS, and it works on mine. We can go through the Wi-Fi and use we can get cell service with Globe.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yep.
But I'm telling you, up here, this in the next 10 years, well, Baguio is one of the premier spots in the Philippines, but this whole area is going to be a fucking awesome place to live because it's getting better and better.
Did it just win? Can you say it just won bronze and top 3 tour in Asia?
Yeah, top 3, the number bronze. And I'm telling you, I got married and we did the tourist thing, but taking Johnny around, I mean, there's a lot to see and do to come up. Yes, internet. Graham, we'll talk to you offline about the internet.
No, just talk now. But other people want to know.
It depends on where you live in Baguio, because some places they run the fiber cable, some places they don't. But I think the fiber cable grid is improving with all these condos going up. I mean, Jesus, fuck's sake, there's a new condo complex popping up every year now. Inside the city, everybody wants to be close to Sessions Road, want to be close to the mall.
Yeah.
And the mall problem. Yeah, you were here. The mall problem is traffic right now, but once they get that done, the traffic will be relieved because it'll be in one side, go out the other side with like triple the parking spots. And it's going to have an amusement park.
Do you guys drive? I mean,
I do.
You got your Filipino driver's license?
Yep, I do.
Cool. I got mine. It took 2 days. The first day I had to go pee in a cup, you know, take the drug test. I came back there the next day. It took me about 3 hours. That was in Dumaguete. Filled the paperwork out, you know, showed them my U.S. license, and no problem. They even took my picture and gave me my license the same day. Yeah. I didn't have to get a paper license. They gave me the extra license.
The pee in the cup thing must be new because I have mine now for like 5 years now, and I didn't have to pee in a cup. They did blood pressure and the eyes, but we have a fixer.
Yeah, I thought about trying to find a fixer, but shit, it was so easy, you know.
My last renewal, I was in and out in 30 minutes.
Wow, that's pretty good.
And but we're like the regional around here, so they come down out of the mountains and up out of the province to get here to this one.
Yeah, it's nothing, Johnny. If you're thinking about getting your Filipino license,
I already got it.
Oh, you do? Okay, great.
I've had mine now for about 4 or 5 months.
I've got my Filipino residency now.
Oh, you did?
I got my permanent residency.
Great.
13 Alpha. You know, the one married to a Filipino?
Yep. I was thinking about. Go ahead.
it makes it easier because my wife's going to get her U.S. passport. So when we come back here for a while, she'll just use her Philippine. Then when we travel to Europe and we've got family in the Middle East and family in Qatar, Kuwait, and everything, she'll be able to cross the border with the American passport without having a visa. So it opens up more travel for us.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why we're doing that.
Yeah, I thought about getting one of those, and because before I was just going to Hong Kong for the day and coming back on a buying,
Mm-hmm. It's about 20,000 pesos when you're said and done.
How long did it take you to get yours?
You get the first one's a probationary for a year, and you get after your year's up, you got to refile some paperwork. Then you get a permanent gold one, and I'm not trying to give bad information out here, so let me think a minute. Oh, your passport stamp, there's no expiration date on it.
Okay.
And your ACR card, you just have to renew every 5 years, get a new picture every 10.
You don't have. You have to go back there once a year to check in.
Yeah,
with
you
them
got to do the annual report. You're required to do the annual report.
Oh, okay.
Actually, Johnny Warrior's going through it, so he'll explain the whole process.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a video on it.
That's a video right there. Yeah. Yeah.
He's better explaining this technical stuff than me.
I got to crank out some more videos. I'm starting to get the hang of it, but my videos suck.
I got 2 that I'm doing today, but they're for the Thunderbird Outdoor Adventure.
Mm-hmm.
And then this weekend I'm going to do some dirt time with my buddy, and we're going to do about 2 or 3 videos on that one. But we're going to schedule them out for one a week for about a month or 2.
We were working on one tonight. They got this big ass. I think it was a tuna. This sucker is about 4 feet long, and we're having a family get together tomorrow, and we're chopping it up in steaks and making some kini lao, raw fish. And we were making a video of that. We're gonna add that to the family outing at the swimming hole tomorrow.
Yeah. Plus, you did the cow killing video.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was worried because I thought, they might take it down, because it's.
PETA might have got you.
Yeah. Well, they took, we got the whole reason why we can't do our live stream over on Expat TV anymore is because we got a strike on the cockfighting video that showed absolutely no cockfighting.
Oh, wow. Did you have a warning or anything up? Like my cow video, I said, adult audiences warning, tune out if you don't want to see this. And
I think I sent it to Johnny. Hold on.
No, I saw it. I saw it. Yeah. That's life here. So how many cows you having for the birthday party and the christening? Pigs. Oh. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, you want to hear something strange? I went in grocery shopping at the SM Grocery here in Baguio. Yeah. And I was buying pork, and I got the fucking evil eye from a pregnant Muslim woman at the fucking meat counter today. I mean, her stare could have burned right through me. I would have thrown some bacon on top of that. Damn. Okay, I got a question since we're talking about this. Yeah. Has anybody else, and you already answered, Eric, so you don't have to, but has anybody else come into the fact that they now have to go to the barangay and register as a foreigner at the barangay because of the terrorist shit that's going on? What? This is news to me. I think it's because I'm deep in MPA country, right? But the barangays up in the Nueva Vizcaya are having foreigners go into the barangay hall, and they have to sign up where they are and who they are. I haven't been following the news. What happened with some terrorists? Okay, there was 2 events earlier in the week. There was one down in Basilan, in the arm.
What's Elon?
Okay, please don't interrupt. Correct me after. All right. Down in the arm in the Sulu region, there was a VBID van that blew up and it killed 12 or 10 soldiers in PNP. Then in Rizal Park, and Manila went on alert. Right now, they actually identified the individual. The individual was a known jihadist with ISIS ties, but the government's saying, "Oh no!" And even though that the caliphate, the Philippine caliphate, said, "Hey, it was us," the government was going, "No! This isn't ISIS, whatever." So,
extradition.
And then,
why are they trying to? Okay, go ahead.
Well, they arrested a imam down there that was associated with it yesterday. So I woke up this morning and I saw the article on the imam that was arrested. But then there was a package bomb that blew up and hurt too on Rizal Park, but that was from the MPA. Which that's odd because they usually don't. That's not their mode of operandi. They usually attack military and police when they're putting. Now they're over the line on it. Not that they weren't over the line before, but they're going to lose a popular stance amongst many by doing shit like that.
Okay, how did you find out about the thing going to register with the barangay?
They approached Gid. Gid told me, "Hey, when you get back, you need to go to the barangay." They just made me go in and register.
Did he ask why?
Yeah, because of the terrorist actions that are going on.
Honestly, I wonder if that has anything to do, because the past couple of weeks here on the streets of Baguio, we've had the PNP Special Action Force on the streets at checkpoints.
Yeah.
I wonder if that has anything, because we're close. We sit right between you and I here. Well, you and I sit right. PNP, well, no, NPA territory sits right between you and me.
Well, they're all up over us, man. All those mountains. When you come, you'll see the mountain ranges are just. I mean, literally, the mountains behind me are infested with them.
Yeah. So, I mean,
half the people you talk to in town are NPA.
Not here.
Yeah, here they are.
Well, here, I mean, well, the Ibeloy and the Igorot up here don't go for that.
Yeah.
And that's what the majority of that's where the majority of the police are, and the police and the AFP up here are all Igorot.
So we got, I don't know, maybe that might be it, and it's just an area or regional, but it's kind of.
And with the SAF, what I found out, they're looking for specific people. They're not out for general reasons. They're hunting specific individuals.
So I guess when I get back, I gotta go to the barangay and register.
Well, don't you have a friend in the barangay that could ask some questions?
Well, I'm gonna go when I get back. I'll ask him. I'll go talk to him and find out.
Yeah. Well, hey, it's we've been on for like 90 minutes, so we're gonna wind this down. And hey guys, after this, let's conference. Don't jump off quick, okay?
You're not gonna hot mic me, are you?
No.
Okay.
All right. Yes.
So
and then after you go off. Okay.
Because this is a good chance for us to conference.
Yeah, but you're still live.
I know we're live. I'm going to say good night, goodbye. Thank you guys for coming. I'd like to welcome Lost a Nomad. He subbed. I would like to thank BK for coming. Ed.
Yeah, Graham. Thanks, Graham.
Who else? Oh, geez. Chicken Choker, Mr. I'd like to thank all them for coming. And take it away, guys. I said what I said.
No, man, good talk. Glad that this is going in this direction, and I think this is what we need to do. You're seeing the core of what our panel. There will be a few more people added to it, but this is what you're going to see. And along the discussions are going to be more lifestyle type, day-to-day discussions rather than maybe a little bit of politics, but it's going to be local politics influencing the Philippines. Just, planning, property buying, just issues that affect people who live or are coming to the Philippines, period.
Or married to one. Okay, guys, with that ending, I'll get you guys, I'll give you the warning when the broadcast is over. And thanks a lot, guys, for coming. I don't know what the schedule is going to be because Johnny's traveling soon. So see you next time.